Yep, should be good. So now I just have to post the link to the places I posted the link to. Give me just half a second to do that. There it is. Took a second to pop up. Okay. Control C, blue sky, post. Alright, that is posted. Alright, got chat pulled up, got the game started. Alright, no long preamble this time, I'm just jumping right into it. So, let's continue our hearty jaunt through Aionios, fellow Napon. My name is LillyTensei. I've streamed this game before, in case that wasn't apparent. Last time we had done the opening tutorial stuff and we're about to leave for Alfedo Valley. I have done exactly nothing since stopping last stream, because I decided to play some Xenoblade 2.
Whoa, got a rare doodah right here. Come here, I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Nothing. Enemy's broken away from me. Come here, I got something for you. Thanks. Uppercut. Break.
I love the Elite Battle. I forget what it's officially called. I'm used to calling it Elite Battle because that's what I've known it as since launch. But it does have a proper name. It's something enemy, I think. I just don't remember what it is. Oh, God, it must be doing that. We're not fighting this. No, no, this TV is just bored. Come on,
You're on fire, lad.
Come on, he's gonna go as fast. We might be able to bring him back to life in time, but it's gonna be rough. If you guys remember last stream when I lured the enemies away from this crossstep, this is in fact the reason why I did that.
Well, that's not great. You stay on guard for now. We've got them pinned down.
Thankfully, running away in Xenoblade 3 is a lot easier than it is in Xenoblade 2. Since the weapons just despawn immediately. And you can actually, like, run at the same speed, more or less. I really need to get into the habit of using the better combo, the one that starts with X thrust. I wanted to call it backslash just there, because let's be real, it is backslash. We fought the elite crab last time. We don't really need to fight it again. There was side quests that I unlocked and didn't do, so let me pull those up real quick. Farewell Melody, that one's done once. Okay, so this is the only one we have to do. We'll do this really quick and then we'll head into Alfedo Valley.
You think you're all that, do ya?
Come here, I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Edge thrust.
Now's your chance.
Cheers for that. Ha!
fun fact, or I guess tip for Xenoblade 3 for anybody who hasn't played it, your dexterity stat actually really fucking matters in this game. You'll see later once I unlock gem crafting, but I'm gonna put dexterity boosting gems on like every single character in my party, because dexterity heavily affects your hit rate, and you notice it when a character has less than 100% dexterity. Like, what is Noah's dex right now? His is 62. So yeah, you definitely want to be increasing that. I have accuracy, but that's only during the night. No, I don't have any dex boosting things yet. Also, one of the best things about Xenoblade 3 compared to the rest of the trilogy, there's way more enemies on the screen at the same time. Like, there is no point in Xenoblade 1 or 2 where this many Flamel are on the fucking stage at the same time.
Remember who you're talking to?
Stage? Why did I say stage? It's like a Smash thing. Level? Locale? I'm not sure what the correct term for this would be, but whatever you would call this, usually there's only like a handful of enemies in a given spot, like 5 at most. But there are some areas in Future Redeemed where there's like 12 or 13 enemies at the same time. In fact, one of the more famous or infamous locations in Future Redeemed is the ruins that you have to explore. There's like a big bridge you have to cross, and in order to get there, you have to fight your way through like an entire fucking garrison of people.
Well, they were no match for us.
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death? Over here! Come here!
These Flamel aren't too hard to beat, but I'm not going to want to fight them all and the unique monster at the same time, as just, you know, illustrated by that crab fight. Of course, I say that and Lance just jumps in anyway, but... Well, I guess it is only level 3, so... Sometimes I can be a little too cautious with stuff like that. You're just gonna have to accept it. That Wanda who just aggroed that other Flammy. I go back and forth between Flammy and Flamil. I'm sorry. I've called them both. I'm getting better about calling them Flammy, but, like, I call them Flamil since Xenoblade 1, because that's just how I read it back on the Wii. Or Final or Xenoblade 2 original. I genuinely can't remember now. But either way, I apologize about the way I pronounce some monster names. You're just gonna have to, like, accept that. So I love that attack Lance just did. I know some other content creators are not happy about how slow his attack animations are, but as a Monster Hunter fan, I like that one.
What's that?
Oh boy, there's a giant glare on my screen now, because the sun just came up. Or not just came up, it's like 11 o'clock, but unless it's like come to it. And obviously, since it is nighttime, I can't see what the shit I'm doing. I'm going by audio cues right now. Alright, give me half a second to go close my play so I can see what the fuck I'm looking at.
Every day's a training day.
Much better.
Guess we can go this way too.
Okay, so that's the stuff up here. High Colony 9. But that's not necessarily where I'm going, because where I'm going is over here. The side quests. I will say, I do like the follow ball. I forget what it's called in this one, but in X it was called the follow ball. 3 in Future didn't also have it. 1 kind of did, but it was just in the mini-map. And it wasn't great. It would, like, do really weird shit sometimes. And, like, lead you in completely the wrong direction, or, like, try and lead you through walls and shit. Like, there's a really early side quest you get in Xenoblade 1, where you have to collect something from Tephra Cave. I forget what it is. I think it's not gold caterpillars. I think it's gold something, though. Anyway, you have to find them in Tephra Cave, and they can spawn in the regular amount of Tephra Cave that you have access to, but there's also a spawn point for them inside the area that is blocked behind Mechonis Core. So if you haven't done Mechonis Core yet, and you get all of the ones that are in the regular area of Tephra Cave, the show route to item thing in Xenoblade 1 will take you directly through the wall that is blocking the way to the Tephra Cave area, or the post-Mechonis Tephra Cave area. Also, another off-scene. I love the more cinematic ones like that. That individual husk sound-offs are cool, but you'll see when we get the full party that those one, the like larger group ones, can have some really beautiful visuals. I'm not actually sure if I'm going to be able to get the entire party by the end of today's stream. I am going to try, but there is 2 areas, I think, after Alpheto Valley, if I remember correctly, before the full party comes together. They're not terribly long, and I'm planning on streaming for roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours, like I did yesterday, so I might be able to get to it. The tutorial for Xenoblade 3 is roughly 5 hours long, so we will see. Slash! I love when it does that. Hey, what's going on with OBS? Are you good, OBS? Okay, yeah. Alright. I don't know what the problem is, but I had a little notification pop up that everything seems to be working. So I'm not going to worry about it. If there's a problem with the stream, though, please let me know, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, that's what the problem is. Okay. I'll take care of that after.
Over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Alright, let's fix this real quick. Okay, there we go. Yep, notification won't work. We're good. Okay. Sorry about that. Totally professional streamer here. My laptop, which I stream off of, had come unplugged, and the performance of my laptop drops significantly when it's unplugged. It's a gaming laptop. So yeah, it was just telling me that it was struggling to run OBS because it wasn't plugged in. So, but it's plugged in now, and we're back in the green, so it seems like the stream is doing okay.
You're on fire, lad! Enemy's broken away from me! Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're a gent.
Crush down! Hair trigger!
Got you.
Air slash! Enemy's broken away from me! Come here! I got something for you! Thanks! Topple!
Heal.
Come on, you hit the
Enemy's
days.
broken away from me!
Hit the days,
Come
Uni.
here! I got
God
something for
damn
you!
it, Uni.
Thanks for the support.
Have it! Extra! Uppercut! Ha! Enemy's broken away from me! What? Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver! Air slash!
Some damage here, that's less than a heal.
Lightning blast!
Good,
Extra!
it's some-
Bullet
What
rush!
is that?
Not more in you yet, Noah.
Arrow burst!
Power ring. Not more in you yet, Noah.
Uppercut! Slap!
Heal.
Extra! I gotta push through this!
They were no match for us.
Right, let's push on.
Alright, on to Lenny. Lenold. He has a thing to say. Again, whenever you see the heart or the star icon, you do want to talk to them again. Okay, so I just want to rant about the black fog for a second. I'm not gonna get into spoilers because that's spoilers. But in the Xenoblade 3 art book, Takahashi addresses the art book or addresses the black fog. I can't talk today. He addresses the black fog, and he's like, "Yeah, the black fog. It's insert spoiler for spoiler thing." And the game tells you that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what the game tells you. I knew that. And then he doesn't go on to explain more. And a lot of people on Twitter were being like giant assholes about it. And they're like, yeah, the black fog does exactly what the black fog says it does. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not what we wanted to know about the black fog. The game tells you that. Like, personally, what I wanted to know is how the fuck does it interrupt Mobius communications? Like, it's a major plot point. It's brought up like 4 different times in this game, but it's never explained. Takahashi doesn't address it at all in the art book. It's just a thing that happens. And it's stuff like that that kind of annoys me with Xenoblade 3 storytelling. A lot of the theming and imagery is amazing, but there are things that would have explanations in any other Xeno game that don't in Xenoblade 3, and it's really, really obvious when it happens.
Thanks for the support.
Well, I can't even say that, because technically the Black Fog is also in Future Connected, and it's not really explained there either, but... You know, that's kind of why we were hoping Future Redeemed in 3 would explain what the Black Fog was. And to be fair, the explanation given does address the initial questions and confusion about it in Future Connected.
Been spotted.
It's just the, like, in Aionios specifically stuff beyond what it is flat out shown to be able to do in the spoiler thing that doesn't get explained or addressed, and I don't know. I wish stuff like that got explanations, or like what the fuck origin metal is. And for clarity's sake, I don't mean... I know what the spoiler thing in the art book in regards to origin metal is, that's totally fine. I'm referring to the pre-Aionios origin metal.
Well, they were no match for us.
which I really can't elaborate on any further without it being a spoiler, so I'm not going to. But that's another thing that is a plot crucial thing that is just there so that Xenoblade 3 can happen, and not like a thought out, well-reasoned thing in the universe, I guess. It's a MacGuffin. Like, it's there because if it wasn't, Xenoblade 3 couldn't happen, so they just didn't bother explaining it.
That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Do we fight? Come here! I got something for you!
Also, yes, I am the type of Xenoblade fan who will usually fight every single enemy in front of me, unless it is at a very distinct level disadvantage. Like, if I'm going to kill it in, like, 3 hits, I'm probably not going to fight it. But, like, as long as it's within the same roughly 10 levels as my character, I'm probably going to fight it just for the EXP, in case I ever need it, in addition to, like, gathering monster drops and such. There is a slight problem with doing it, as well as doing the, camp bonus EXP in specifically Xenoblade 3, which is that, I forget what it's called, class points? I'm pretty sure it's CP, class points. Which are the things required for learning and unlocking new classes and things of that nature in this game. You don't get any if you defeat an enemy who is, like, I think 5 levels under you. It's some really stupid small number. So, like, if you are trying to not struggle with the game, basically, and, like, keeping yourself at a good level reasonable to what you're playing, like, in every other Xenoblade game, you can overlevel to the point where, like, you can go into a boss fight if you know it's coming up and beat it on your first try without any issue at all, if you just explored and saved up a little bit of bonus XP. Some people like that, some people don't. But because Xenoblade 3 doesn't have leveling down until you beat the game, which is really annoying, if you want to gain CP, like Lance actually just did just that, that's what that rank up notification was, you have to be constantly fighting enemies at your level, and that can be really difficult if you've leveled up in order to, like, be the story boss, because you might not encounter enemies of your level for a while. Or at all, like, after a certain level cap, you're not going to be fighting enemies who are, like, level 90, unless you're going out of your way to fight unique monsters over and over and over again. Which, to be fair, unique monsters do give a lot of CP, so, like, that's not a terrible way to grind them if you want to do it. It's just not everybody would want to do it.
Got you.
That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah?
Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Fight with focus. Never a dull moment, eh?
Lance wants something a bit meatier is the "think you can take me, don't forget me" of Xenoblade 3. That meme is no longer applicable to Xenoblade 2. So if you did not in fact play the launch version of Xenoblade 2, you will not understand that meme. But I will give a breakdown, because I have. The Ardanian soldiers in the Gormont section of Xenoblade 2. Very, very early game. This is not spoilers. This is like Chapter 2. It might actually be Chapter 1 even. I'm pretty sure Chapter 2 starts with the end of this fight. But in Xenoblade 2's early game, one of your party members gets captured by a bunch of Ardanians, and you have to sneak into their ship. And you will fight a bunch of generic Ardanian soldiers, like 30 of them. And sometimes you will fight a lot of them at the same time. And in the launch version of Xenoblade 2, a lot of voices would overlap with each other. And to be fair, that's still a big problem with Xenoblade 2. But it happened even more in the launch edition, and one of the dialogues that was changed, so it no longer happens, is the Ardanian soldiers would say, "Think you can take me?" and "Don't forget me" immediately after each other. But they would say it so quickly and in a group of like 8 of them that the dialogue lines would all come out desynced and it would like reverberate, and it was really, really fucking funny. And it sounded like an echo chamber. So that was a big meme for a while in Xenoblade 1, but they patched it out with, I think, like the 3rd or 4th update.
Come on, keep going. Right, let's push on.
I remember I was so sad when that happened. Okay. Oh yeah, dude's just giving tutorial.
What's that?
Don't really care about the tutorial when I already know
looks
how
like
to
we
play
can
the
go on
game.
from here.
Oh, is that Super Boss again? Yep, there he is. I forget what that one's named. You can't target it anymore. I mentioned it in the last stream, but there was a sequence break you could do by grinding to the point where you could kill that thing, or just fighting it in New Game Plus, because it was targetable from an area like here, basically. Actually, I don't think it was here specifically. I think it was in Millic Meadows. I never did it myself. I just know of it. But you could target it way, way earlier than you were supposed to be able to. And if you were a New Game Plus or just grind it until you were like level 99, basically, he was killable. And if you killed him, it would unlock his tombstone, which is up by Capricorn Peaks. So yeah, that would have to be in Millic Meadows, I think, unless it's up there. But regardless, it would let you go back and circle around to Capricorn Peak and then to Erythia and all of the, like, really, really late game areas that you have absolutely no right exploring at that point. And it just broke the story completely.
Hey, you!
You could go to Agnes Castle before, like, going to Colony, like, 4. So, yeah. So yeah, I understand why it was patched out, but it's kind of unfortunate, because as a Metroid fan, I love when developers just embrace being able to sequence break. Like, Metroid Dread has a really fun sequence break. I think it's Kraid. You can, like, one-shot Kraid in Metroid Dread if you have the bombs, I believe. Which you're not supposed to get until after finding them. I hate that attack. All Rogals have it. I think a lot of Quadrants have it as well. I've been killed in so many Xenoblade games by one doing that and blowing me off of a cliff. It's not even funny. Like, not even just Xenoblade 3, it's happened in Xenoblade 2 as well. I don't remember if they can do it in Xenoblade 3, but I die for plenty of falling off of area-related reasons in that game as well. Like, the fucking, Lexios and, Valak Mountain has pushed me off of the cliffs there plenty of times as well.
Alright, next! Oh wait, it's over!
Okay, I can't jump back up there.
Oh, this is
God
rare!
damn it, screen, stop doing that. It's driving me insane. You do want to be careful of fall damage in Xenoblade 3. You really want to be careful of fall damage in every Xenoblade that isn't X. But in 3 especially, fall damage will kick your ass real quick. In Xenoblade 1, you could kind of mitigate a lot of fall damage that wasn't from, like, a certain point by playing as Ricky, because Ricky's HP is the highest in the game. You can very, very easily get Ricky's HP to 9999, like, within a couple of levels of getting him as a party member. So if you're playing as Ricky, you can actually survive a fair amount of fall damage that will kill other characters. Especially Melia, like, I'm speaking from personal experience here. If you enjoy playing as Melia, cliffs are going to be the bane of your existence. There are a lot of drops that will just outright kill Melia where any other character would have survived, and it's really annoying. But playing as Ricky will be the opposite of that, where he will survive things that will kill any other party member's falls. But he is not immortal to fall damage. There are still drops that can and will kill him. He just has a bit more of a cushion with it than other characters. Xenoblade 2's fall damage was wacky. I don't remember exactly how it, like, was calculated. I think it was by percentage. But that game was just wacky. I remember some falls where I'd be like, oh no, there's no way I can do that. Why would you want me to jump off of the watchtower in Torna into an alleyway? That would kill me immediately. And you're actually supposed to do that, because there's a treasure chest at the end of a platforming segment. So you don't actually die and you're just fine. But there's a lot of moments like that where it was really hard for me to judge what I could or could not survive in Xenoblade 2 fall damage. But Xenoblade 3 is just really fucking punishing. Like, it has the lowest window for survivable fall damage, especially early.
How easy was that? Right, let's push on.
Like, if I fell down from here, I'm pretty sure it would kill me. Nope, it didn't. Okay. So that was a misjudgment then. It almost did. It took half my health, though, so, I mean, that's close. But, yeah, fall damage in Xenoblade 3, I remember being really scared of. I remember there's at least 2 separate instances of me rail grinding in Xenoblade 3 and then missing the jump to get off, and then just flying in place for a couple seconds, touching the ground and dying immediately.
I hope I can wash myself somewhere.
I think they were in the Skyra Hovering Reefs ones. Although obviously the best instance of hovering in place and then dying immediately is the tunnel in Valak Mountain in Xenoblade 1. I love that tunnel so much. One of my favorite things is when I convince one of my friends to play Xenoblade 1, and they have no idea how the physics of Xenoblade 1 are just stupid. Or, like, they'll get an understanding of it through playing the game, but they don't realize how bad it is, kind of thing, until they get to the ice tunnel. And then I always get like, what the fuck just happened to me messages. Mr. Bacon says, Lamau, yeah, that fall damage was another. Yeah, like, it's bad in Xenoblade 3. But again, there is a risk-reward system to it. Like, I think it's this cliff right here. Yeah, you can see it right there. There's an Origin Metal Shard up there that you can only get to by, like, jump parkouring or platforming down the side of the mountain. I can't do that right now. I think that's an area you can't get to until late game. But I remember every time I do that, I have, like, a heart attack about the fall damage. Because, like, one slight misjump and you'll just fall and die immediately. Valak Mountain, it's a beautiful... Yeah, I love Valak Mountain night. My 3 favorite areas in Xenoblade 1 are Satoral Marsh at night, Aerith Sea, and Valak Mountain at night, in that order. Satoral the Shimmering Marsh is, like, my favorite Xenoblade song. I love that song, I love the area. It's so chill. It's, like, the first major moment of downtime in the entirety of Xenoblade 1. Because, like, aside from the stuff before the attack on Colony 9, everything after that is pretty, like, high stakes and pretty fast-paced.
I could have handled that on my own.
So,
Right.
Satoral's
Let's push
Shimmering
on.
Marsh is like a relaxation point.
Guys, get ready to fight. Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver.
Hello, Mr. Bennett. Also, again, I know about the quick move. I just don't like doing it very often because I'm paranoid about clicking sticks with how bad stick drift are. Also love the Fallen... Yeah, the Fallen Arm is fantastic. There is a spot on the Fallen Arm where I love to get screenshots. It's the beach a little bit further down from where Fiora falls. The sunset there, if you play around with the camera, you can get a perfect screenshot of the Fallen Arm reaching up and Mechonis in the background, and it's so beautiful. In fact, I think I might actually have one. Let me check. Ignore all of the Xenoblade 1 spoilers that you'll be seeing. Yeah, right here. Like, I love this shot right here. This one was also good. This one is also really good. But, like, right here, I love the Fallen Arm so much. There's another skirmish over here. This one is going to be between the Kevesi soldiers we're looking for and the Rogals.
Container.
This is another instance where you cannot turn traitor and you have to support the Kevesi. It would be really, really funny if you could turn traitor and side with the Rogals or with the fucking Trusted or whatever they are in the other one. But, unfortunately, the game does not let you do that. At least we get to listen to Elite Battle for this, which again is probably my favorite battle theme in this game. Yeah, like, Fallen Arm has beautiful locales.
It's over way too soon.
Or vistas, that's the word I'm looking for. I remember the first time I played Xenoblade 3 at launch, I was surprised these guys were alive.
Oh, a container. Oh, seriously? It's right there, but there's no way to it.
Like, I know that's kind of a fucked up thing to say, but I was not expecting to find those soldiers alive, given how the last, like, 3 side quests have been, oh, look for this person, oh no, they're dead, type deal. Pretty sure Mwamba's gonna do all the work there. I mean, for someone who's half a hero, Mwamba is actually pretty good. There are a fair amount of fights in this game where he will outdamage you. At least for the time that you have him. Which is kind of funny. Although, that really depends on, like, if the AI is good, I suppose I should say. You have a lot of screenshots of the very top of Fallen Arm. Distant Fingertip? Yeah. I love the view of the two titans you can get from the Distant Fingertip. You did not know it? Yeah, so the thing about Mwamba, right, is a lot of his arts are actually really good. At least comparative for the time you have him. By hero standards, he's pretty shit. But for the decreased amount of options you have for specifically this part, Wamba, if he is the AI is cooperative, will actually out-damage Noah for a good amount of the tutorial. But it depends on whether or not he stays inside the damage puddles. Because the problem with Noah's damage is it's really hard to get him to stay in the damage puddles because of all of his positionals. So, like, whether or not you get a damage puddle is kind of just luck, pretty much, for Noah. Whereas Wamba, as long as he is not being a dumbass like he is right now, will usually be standing in the attack puddle. And since a lot of his attacks hit multiple times, his damage is actually pretty good. But obviously, he doesn't get the big ult like Overclock Buster does. Obviously, if you can land any Overclock Buster as intended, you're gonna outdamage anything he can do. But in terms of just like general utility for the start of the game, yeah.
This all we're getting? Gonna need something a bit more meaty about now.
Tell me about it.
Lions want
Colony
something
we fought
meatier.
the other day, dirt rank. Hardly filled up the flame clock at all.
So that's something I've always wondered about the flame system.
Lance,
Why is it that
Uni.
the flame clock gives less for a
No
lower
heroics this
rank if
keep your head screwed
it's
on.
the same amount of lives
Come on,
being
man.
taken?
No one ever tell you. I'm a
In
hero
theory,
the
it should be
making,
by
I am.
population
Without my
density,
heroics, our
wouldn't it?
combat unit would be right up there.
Lance,
Creak.
come on. Stop being so cocky.
It was just a joke, mate. No need to glare.
This was another moment that I really liked what's going on.
Is it that bad?
Now you have even
Yeah.
more respect for Wamba. Yeah, Wamba's a
Not
bro.
right here. Something just feels off.
Noah's intuition's never wrong.
Friends better listen to Noah.
Got
I
it.
love Dub Riku. He's so funny. Like, I'm gonna mention that pretty much whenever Riku speaks, and I'm sorry, but I love his dub voice. I've heard him in Japanese, and it's traditional female Napon, it's fine. But, like, them giving him the Giga Chad voice does so much for Riku's character. There was an image from when the first time we heard Riku's voice in a trailer dropped.
Noah. Don't worry about me.
You don't think Mobius actually cares about the system? Yeah, to be fair, that is how Mobius works. That's literally them as antagonists. So that is, in theory, that does track. I don't know, though, like, the way Y divvied up how the flame works is just really funny to me.
Hey, this one means business.
Come here. I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Enemy's broken away from me. Africa! Hey, Ray, come here. I got something for you.
Cheers, you're the best.
Arrow burst. Extra. How easy was that?
So,
You know what? I should be using my Xenoblade controller for this instead. I just thought about that. I literally have the Xenoblade 2 controller. Why am I using these shit Joy-Cons? He's not the first to have a deep voice, but he's the first party member to have a deep voice. Hold that thought. There we go. Banna in Xenoblade 2 also has a ridiculously deep voice.
Got a rare dude right here.
It's less Giga Chad though. Like Riku's is definitely Giga Chad deep voice energy, if that makes sense.
You don't mess with uni. Come here. I got something for you. You're a lifesaver.
So yeah, this is the Xenoblade 2 Aegis Pyra Pro Controller. I've had it since it came out, and it doesn't have any stick drift, and is like the best controller I own, probably.
Enemy's broken away from me. I got something for you.
Excuse me.
Lifesaver. Extra. You want to tough? Nothing. Enemy's broken away from me. Uppercut. Overclock.
Oh, when I do unlock the class system, I'm planning on giving Uni Sword Fighter and playing as her for a while. Uni is usually who I play as, but I'm gonna give her the Monado because I have the Shulk amiibo and I think it's funny. I don't actually own the Pyra and Mithra amiibos yet. I have purchased them, they just haven't arrived yet, but I couldn't afford them when they came out and then they never got restocked and I didn't want to buy them off of eBay or anything, but I decided to just go ahead and get them because I don't really own any merch for Xenoblade 2, and I kind of want to change that, well, other than the controller I'm using. So I might give her, like, Mithra's Monado and see how that looks on her, but I'm probably just gonna stick with Monado 1, because that's usually what I end up doing. I still wish Takahashi explained what the fuck the Nopon were on about in the fucking art book. Oh, thank you for the subscription, and thank you, yeah, if you gotta go, go ahead. Thank you for hanging out. I really genuinely appreciate it, thank you. That isn't backslash, but I'm gonna keep calling it dog slash. I know why they didn't call it backslash, but like, I always call it backslash. Even Rex's art, like I don't remember what Rex's is. I think it's Sword Bash is his back. But even that one I just called backslash and I'm fucking used to it. I didn't technically need to wait for all three, but I felt like doing it because I was playing Torna. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my laptop fan in the background.
Yeah.
I just noticed how loud that is.
You're something else, Moamba. The pride of Colony 9.
Oh, you guys. I finally made it this far.
What's up?
Well, thing is, I was thinking after this op,
Hopefully that's a
I
little
think I'm
bit
gonna
better.
go and put in a transfer to the salvage corps. You never know what will happen on the battlefield, right? You can laugh at me if you want.
I ain't laughing, man. We've
Like
only
I
been
said,
alive
Wamble's
this long
bro.
because you've always had our backs.
Yep. We owe you a ton. Just make sure you get to your homecoming, okay?
Lance, Uni, you guys.
Mamba. Now not time to relax tear ducts. Let down guard, and you feel flame clock of someone else.
Subtle foreshadowing there,
Riku,
Riku.
come on.
Well, you don't mince words. You are right, though. Sorry, Noah.
Huh? Oh, no, it's not that. I guess I was just thinking about your homecoming. Made me feel a little sad.
Noah.
Moamba, salvage is an important service. Don't feel like you owe us anything.
Thank you so much, Noah.
Right then, let's get this operation done. Next month's a homecoming.
I'd love to make it to my homecoming. Maybe if I'm lucky.
Of course you'll make it. We all will.
I wonder... I mean, I'm not like you guys. I'm so clumsy.
Come on, you're not. What about the last match? You did way better than everyone else.
We still lost though, right? It's okay. I've sort of half given up already.
I really need to figure
You're-
out something to do about this TV cutting
Well,
out
at
like
least...
that.
Huh? When I do die, I want to at least be of some use.
I think for tomorrow's
Enough of
stream, I'm
that.
gonna try and use a different HDMI cable and
What?
see if that fixes it.
Don't talk like that. I've always told you we're a team, haven't I? That means now and always.
Yorn Death number 2. So a lot of people have a complaint about Xenoblade 3 that that specific scene is shown too many times.
I'm gonna go on ahead.
I don't think it's that big a
We all
deal,
called.
but yeah,
Martha's
you're
team
gonna
was a
see
spot
that
free,
like
Baron.
5 times.
Oh, right.
Do me a favor. Come along with me to the office.
When you apply. Got it. The commander can be intense.
Exactly. Later.
Goodbye, Lamba. Leaving us to fare on our own for a while. But yeah, this is actually the part that clued me into how good Mwamba actually is. Because if you haven't prepared, like... Okay, I've been preparing. I did all the side quests and stuff before coming here. I've been fighting all the enemies and so on and so forth. But if you just ran straight here and didn't do any of that, when Mwamba leaves your party here, it's very noticeable.
We'll be fine. Just don't be a clod.
And retroactively, it'll probably make going back and even, like, fighting that, I forget what they're called, the alligator enemies I just fought. I think Ropal? Whatever they're called. Even fighting that is a lot harder without preparing and such, but... As stated in the first stream, I'm the type of Xenoblade player who does all of that, and I strongly recommend that everybody else does too. One of my friends got, I think, his cousin to play Xenoblade 1, but, like, they played it on the safety difficulty, which, that's fine, but they did it so they could skip all of the side content, and they beat it in, like, 2 days, and then they didn't do, like, any of the side quests, and they didn't do, like, Melancholy Tyrea or anything like that. And I don't know, it's like, is that really getting the Xenoblade 1 experience if you just skip, like, 80% of the game? And again, no shame for using a safety difficulty. I personally think that any difficulty is valid. But doing it to just skip a lot of stuff, I don't know, that feels weird to me. I guess it's a good thing that it's an option if people don't want to do that, but why would you want to play a video game and not play the video game, you know?
Don't trip on your laces, yeah?
Lance, I did say to keep your head screwed on.
Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
You want to tussle? Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Nothing. Enemy's broken away from me. Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
Hey! Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
God damn it, stop coming out. It's driving me insane, especially during battle, because I keep missing the timings for stuff.
You could try a little harder.
You're on fire, Lance. We've got them pinned down.
Good job, Uni!
Oh, well, still damage, I can't complain.
Crush ya! Extra! It's like you're not even trying.
Hey, you barely met my
That was
today.
over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah?
Well, at least that could
Lance
have
wants something a bit meatier. container.
A container.
Finders keepers.
Say, isn't this valuable?
We should take good care of that.
I don't know why, but the Napon containers always give me Xenoblade 2 vibes. Like, something about the wood and metal feels very, like, gourmet to me, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, Torgoth coated. Which is weird, because, like, Torah is from Torgoth, but beyond that, there isn't, like, any reason why Torgoth would be a site of Napon. To, like, be immortalized within Aionios, I guess. Like, Argentum or one of the trade guilds, or, Magna Forest, those all make sense. But, like, Torgoth just has Napon who live there, not as, like, a site of Napon, I guess. Also, I could have sworn I saw dead people sparkles, but I'm not seeing them anymore. No, I am seeing dead people. Oh, okay, he's right there. I see it. Ah.
We can't leave it like this.
Uni's jiggling. She's trying to enter the Toddverse. I remember I was playing Stellar Blade, and there's an area in the big desert where you had to slide down a rope, from, like, the top of a highway, and I slid down the rope and fell through the world, but I was still hanging on the rope. I was just, like, dangling there in the void, and it was really fucking funny.
You think you're all that, do ya?
And from that moment, I've decided that whenever something like that happens, it is slipping into the Toddverse, as in Skyrim Todd Howard.
I got something for you. Thanks. Right, that's the waypoint.
Smooth as always, Noah.
Extra. I'll keep up the attack.
Smooth as always, Noah. Eat it. Cowering.
I could have handled that on my own.
Right, let's push on. It's our Colony 9 gang. Let's take a break over there.
No, that's a wolf now.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
You're a lifesaver.
Sword strike.
That apparently is right.
Got
Cool.
them pinned down.
No, well, that's a wolf. Not like I have to play to the, you know, height of perfection against this thing.
You're on top. Keep up the
They
attack.
were no match for us.
It's our Colony 9 gang. Let's take a break over there.
Yep. Gotta get ready for the operation.
Wow, this is twice in a row that you've tried to say that now and got interrupted by a wolf. Maybe you should stop trying to say it.
Cowering. Days. Eat it.
Break. To protect my friends.
No, he stopped trying to say it. Also, I like that they're just NPCs walking around. That's something that Xenoblade 1 and 2 didn't do. Really helps sell the, like, setting of stuff like this a lot more. Like, they had NPCs around, but they weren't, like, doing things out in the field, if that makes sense. Like, when you get dropped off in the Alchemoth pod to go down Valak Mountain, there are NPCs that drop you off, but they are just there standing there. They might as well be trees. They don't, like, move around or pretend to do things. I do wonder why Noah's intuition was, like, ringing alarm bells here. Because, like, if N were involved or M were involved, that would make a little bit more sense. I could kind of see it being that Guernica is a Van Damme, and that might be why. But, like, a special military operation could happen anywhere in a nation like Keves. So just because they were a low rank, it seems like a poor explanation for why he has bad vibe about this.
Time for a tea break?
But yeah, I've had this question for a while, and it was when I was originally playing Xenoblade 3, I was sort of playing it under the lens of assumption that it was like a time loop of some variety. It's not, but that ended up being kind of similar to what it actually was. Oh, I can't actually clean my clothes yet. This is the bonus level thing I was talking about. Right now I could go... Well, I'm just going to go to 11, but...
I definitely feel stronger.
Okay, that was a loading screen. Oh, that was a cutout. I'm gonna try and switch the HDMI cable real quick and see if that fixes it, because it's cutting out like every couple seconds now. So give me half of a moment, guys. If this kills the stream, I apologize. Working. Okay. We have a connection again. Hopefully it doesn't keep dropping, because if it does, I'll be really annoyed. Sorry about that. That was really unfortunate camera work there.
Don't try to stop
Sorry
us.
guys, I know we're in the middle of a military operation, but you don't understand. I can see some, like, glowing blue wings over this crabber, and, like, I'm being compelled by God to kill it. Just give me a moment.
Extra!
This is like a KOTOR 2 situation where, like, the party is just being forced to fight this thing because of some unseen power that they can't control.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
You're a lifesaver.
Uppercut.
That's the weak point.
Smooth as always, Noah.
Hey, eyes here.
You're on fire, lad.
Nothing going. What? Hey, eyes here.
You're on fire, lad. Overclock Buster. Ha!
Eat it.
Nothing going.
We've got them pinned down.
Uppercut.
Heal.
Extra.
Crusher.
Break.
Topple. Cheeky.
Oh, damn it.
Parried.
Well, that's a waste of a top art from Lens.
Extra.
Eat it. Heal.
Hey, eyes here.
You're on fire, lad. I'll keep up the attack.
I could
Smooth
have
as
handled that on
always,
my own.
Noah. So, when's the battle happening?
Here's the black fog.
It's really supposed to be here. I don't see much.
Shh. Agnian troops.
Seriously?
They're still far off. They haven't spotted us.
Going in?
We don't have permission to engage. The only thing we need to focus on is our target.
Oh, screen's still cutting out. Great. Oh boy.
What? Heads up. Enemies at 2
Might
o'clock.
be a problem with the TV then.
Go tell the main force.
Frustrating because I don't have another
I'm
spare.
worried about more Amber and the others. I think we'll go on alone.
Okay then. I'll handle it.
So the Agnians want this thing too, huh? What do you think it is, Uni?
Does it matter? All we've got to do is follow orders and it'll work out.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks!
Extra! Enemy's broken away from me! Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks! Ha! Air flash!
It's all coming together!
This is gonna make this next segment really annoying.
Well, they were no match for us.
I don't want
What
to
am I
just
gonna
end the
do?
stream
Make
here
me
though.
yawn myself to death?
Yeah, I've only been streaming for an hour. I'll try and brute force it through this segment, but if it starts, like, affecting my gameplay to the part where I die, then I might just have to call it early and try and figure out something to do about this TV. I guess I could just play it off of yes, we'll try doing that and seeing if the input delay is manageable. I suppose this means you'll be able to hear me better since I'm facing the microphone directly instead of it being off to the side now.
It's not Kavesi.
Because if I put the microphone directly in front of me, then it's directly in front of the TV and you hear the audio from the TV, and then that's really bad.
It's coming down.
Started without us.
We need to keep moving. Head to the target.
You got it.
Alright.
Our priority
Operation
is to take down
begin.
our target. I think we should avoid confrontation with Agnes.
Yeah, that's not gonna
It's all
happen.
well and good, but if there is a confrontation, no way am I backing down.
Like, even if I didn't want to kill the Xenoblade 2 people,
Whoa,
like, you literally are forced to fight a lot of them here, so... They are just enemies. They are EXP to be gathered.
You're a lifesaver. Enemies broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
Well, the delay's not too bad, but the screen's a lot smaller, and that's definitely affecting my ability to play. Ooh, especially when it zooms out like that. Don't do that. I'm not even playing it, like, off of my laptop screen. I'm playing it off of a tiny window inside OBS off of my laptop screen. With input delay. That's not too bad, though. Break. Couple. Oh, no days. Okay.
You're on Fireland. Nothing goes. Overclock faster. End of the line.
Oh, hey, Michael. Thanks. Yeah, stay as long as you like. If you have to go, then feel free. I appreciate anybody stopping by and showing support to any amount that they can. Every view is a view that I wouldn't have had otherwise, so... I love that attack Lance does. It's very Monster Hunter Greatsword, which again is why I like his weapon. The one Uni does here is really good too. I love that, like, cross chop that Noah does there, too. That one's really good.
My flame clock. It's filling up. But...
Sweet, let's poke around.
Again, this is another one where you can't betray the party. You have to fight the Aionios. You can't betray your own capacity and help them. Which, I understand why it makes sense in universe, but it would be really funny if you could. Whenever you fight parties like this, I always prioritize the healer first, then the attacker, and then the defender. Taking out the healer first is, like, the best thing you can do in a group party, because they will, in fact, make your life a living hell if you don't. Attackers can be annoying if there's a lot of them, but if there's only one of them, when you take out the healer and then target them, you'll be able to take them out faster, kind of deal. And the defender really isn't a threat at all, usually. They're just really annoying because they have a shit ton of HP and block a lot. But again, without a healer, then you're basically guaranteed to beat them as long as you are pressing buttons, kind of deal. Although really, you can target the attacker first and then go for the healer if you want to prioritize keeping your own party alive. That's totally valid as well. either way, attackers and healers don't usually have a lot of HP, so they will usually go down regardless. The thing the defender is doing right here, though, is something you want to look out for. That's locking on. Defenders can do it as well. It's a thing in all Xenoblade games that usually your party has access to it. I think Lands actually does have a lock-on skill. I think it's his talent art, the one where he swings the sword around. But enemy defenders can do it in Xenoblade 3 as well. And some will only target one party member, like that one had only targeted Lands, but sometimes they'll target the entire party, which can be really annoying if there are any healers sticking around.
Here we go, guys. Safe colonies with me on the job. Make this quick.
Smooth as always, Noah.
Yeah, uppercut.
Got you.
Air blast. That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Lands wants something a bit meatier. I'm sorry, that and Uni's the boss are like the two brainworm post-battle quotes of this game. I'm going to quote them a lot, and I'm sorry. What's this? New mech? OMG, what could this mean? Also, I like that it just straight up uses a machine gun. Like, not even a blade, that's just straight up an assault rifle.
What are these things?
There are no pilots inside. They're
Riku, you shouldn't be surprised about that. You helped invent them.
Come here. I got something for you. Thanks.
Although, the Takahashi quote from the art book about Riku, where he basically just says he's an asshole, is really fucking funny. I think the exact quote is something like, in regards to Riku, you know, he's sly. Every time he makes a small comment, he's doing it to draw attention to it. And stuff like that. Like, obviously he didn't just straight up call him an asshole, but it was very much that energy. Where it's just like, yeah, this little shit saying that stuff on purpose. Come on, God damn it, who days?
I wish we could have avoided that.
So, when's the battle happening?
Here we go, guys. Never a dull moment, eh?
Near Automaton Century.
Come here.
It's a new game that's coming out, trust me.
You're a lifesaver. Crush out. It's all coming together.
Eat it.
Extra. Overclock buster. That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Here we go, guys. Never a dull moment, eh? Uppercut! Slap! Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver. Ha! Extra! Hey! I'm here! You're on fire, lad! Nothing going. Ha! Hey! I'm here! You're on fire, lad! Uppercut! Slap!
Sorry, I don't really have a lot to say about these things. Like, they exist. They're robots. They're kind of like the least interesting mech designs in the series. This sure is Alfedo Valley. Like, honestly, Alfedo Valley is kind of the least interesting part of the Xenoblade 3 tutorial to me, if that makes sense. And not even from, like, it's bad perspective, because it's not. It's very interesting. It's just, everything that happens has kind of already been established. It's just reinforced. So, like, it's already stated there might be a mysterious third force, and here's the third force. It's already stated and shown that there will be battles with Agnes, and that Noah will kill people, because the opening of the game is there. So, like, it kind of just reinforces everything, but doesn't really do anything to stand out until the very end when the other party shows up.
Is that it?
Although I do like the Xenoblade 2 reference here.
Damn it! Fighting both of them. That's gonna be a tough break.
Hi, Van Damme.
But what did I expect? They'll do just about anything for our precious Ouroboros stone.
For the reference, Van Damme is not specifically a Xenoblade 2 reference. There is a Van Man in every Xenoblade game. And, in fact, every Xeno game, period. But specifically his voice actor is the same as Xenoblade 2 Van Damme, and these two are both named and have the same voice actors as Yu and Zuo, his support kits in Xenoblade 2 as well. It's a cute little Xenoblade 2 reference, and I appreciated it. The lore implications are baffling, but I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to have anything to do with, like, spoiler revelations or anything like that. I think it is just supposed to be a Xenoblade 2 reference.
Garnica! Sorry. I should have been more perceptive.
You! You!
There it is, the ether source.
First there was those automatons. Now another unknown weapon.
What in the flames? Are we even fighting? No, not just us. Agnes too.
So you made it this far. It'll have to be here.
Noah, look.
Is that a man?
He's no Agnian soldier. What is he? Was he controlling those automatons, maybe?
I think it's funny that Tyon's helmet looks like a beetle. Like, obviously all the Agnian helmets kind of do. I don't know why, it's just kind of funny.
Kavesi troops. 3 of them.
It seems we are just about the only ones
Gee, I
left.
wonder who those could be.
And there's our objective.
Noah.
Yeah. We'll have to fight.
Mio?
Got it.
I wonder if I have an amiibo of her. I wonder if that means that she could be an important party member. Anyway, again, target Tyon first.
You're a lifesaver. No, enemy's broken away from me. Nothing going. Come here, I got something for you. Thanks. No, enemy's broken away from me. Come here, I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
I am going to try and play this off of the TV though, because I do like this scene.
No, enemy's broken away from me. Eat this. Come here, I got something for you. You're a lifesaver.
Brian, you're a lifesaver.
How could I?
Okay, now next we want to go for Senna.
Give it up.
base.
Eat this! We're all coming together!
Unstoppable. No good.
I'll show you!
Bang slash.
Give it up!
Over slash.
Really felt it.
Nothing going.
No good.
No stabbing his future girlfriend in blood.
I should have done more.
Everybody loves a good erotic fight, right? I do genuinely love the fighting choreography in Xenoblade 3. I think it's the best in the series. And Noah and Mio's
These
fight
kids are
really
gonna
shows it
end up
off.
stealing each other's life force. And me. I've robbed them even of that kindness.
There's the fist of the end, eye patch.
Where did... Call that a swing! You're
I've actually
way too
drawn
far.
that shot of Mio doing that
He
pose
blocked
there
it? No
before.
way.
I think it was to celebrate
Little
the
munchkin.
release. But yeah,
Sure,
I've
that's a
actually
real
drawn that.
wallop.
How many of those cards has this geek got?
There's no escape. When my Mondo have you, they'll follow you to the ends of the world.
Spark that! Why don't you back off?
How did she fool my Mondo?
Flock off,
Creep.
Featherface.
Try following that.
These guys are tough.
Hate to say it, but I think you're right.
These are no grunts. That gear. Special forces?
Yeah, defo. That'll be why they've got an off-seer with them.
Well, so are we. Even Stevens, right?
How could she react so quickly? Can't seem to hit her.
I'm not gonna spoil anything here, but I'm just saying, the green light should have told us everything in Noah's sword.
She's so fast. And yet, her moves are really simple. It's almost like they have a rhythm. The agony and obscene tune. I know how that goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
He's not even looking at me.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
He hit me. Why you?
Hang on. The fighting stopped.
I do think it's kind of interesting that the green light doesn't show up until right there, though. Like, that's definitely lore
At this
important.
rate, one of us is going to get killed. No. Maybe both of us will. Something strange is going on. We
See,
shouldn't be
right there,
fighting
I'm
like
just
this.
saying, we should have recognized
We should
it.
run. Run. Was it me who just said that? What is this? There's no time to think. I have to trust my gut. This is all too real. I hope I'll be able to get through to her. You're an Oxia from Agnes, right?
What the?
So you are then. Why are you fighting me?
As if you can talk. You're the ones attacking us.
What? Too scared to fight now? Too late!
It's not to do with fear. It's that sound. You can hear it too. I know you can.
We're fighting because there are enemies to kill. You think we'll just let you go?
This is bad. At this rate. Is that all you have to say, Agnes? I'm telling you!
Enough! I'm telling you that you're full of it! Take that!
I love that shot of the two of them, like, passing each other. I love it. That's, like, one of my favorite shots of this entire game.
Do I really have to kill her? But she's so fast. If I lose focus for a second, I'm done for.
These Kavesi officers. I thought they were just window dressing, but he's different. And there's his sword. What's up with that?
Like, Mio even directly calls it out.
What's that? Oh, I see. I suppose this is the reason I'm here then, eh? Guess this is what they call fate. Fine then. Time for Guernica Van Dam to make an entrance.
What the...
What do you all think you're doing? Why the fighting?
What's this guy saying?
Just why? Answer me!
What do you mean, why? If I see an enemy, I fight. So don't you interfere! Ugh.
Pull the wool from your eyes, kid. Think about your real target. That thing. And me. Now you just have your little scrap. Do you have any idea who the real enemy is? It's over!
Matthew would be proud.
Now, is that all you need to fight? Truly? That's all?
Of course. Countless comrades have lost their lives thanks to this filth.
Oh, really now? I could say the exact same thing. What do you think it's like for us? Losing friend after friend. You steal everything from us.
You think we're even just because both sides do some killing? What good's filling up these flickering clocks in our eyes? It'll never replace the friends we've lost. That's why.
We aren't fighting because we want to.
We're not.
We can see our lives written before our eyes. Fighting is all we have. Is it any wonder we lose loved ones? Or have to take them from others? All of us. We have to fight so we can go on living. Just who decided that this was how it should be? If I knew who they were or where I'd...
I know who they are. You'll what? You're an Offseer, eh? I guess I can trust you with this. You better listen up now, because the face of your real enemy is...
Right behind you.
Mwamba!
No, I messed up.
Mio! Help me, Mio!
Hacked!
My blade! What the... Mwamba!
What is that thing?
Never seen anything like it before.
Uni! Uni! What's wrong? What is it? Seen that thing before?
No, how could I have?
Noah?
No, never. This is no normal creature. It's something else.
Oi, oi! Don't go stopping on my account. Get back to killing each other. Come on! I thought that was your whole raison d'etre.
It's speaking!
Mobius.
What's wrong? Too worried about your buddies to fight? Can't have that. All right.
Crunch.
You scum!
Oh, wow. This is some entertainment.
I'm just saying, I like that you can tell which of the two of them is talking.
Well, your objective is staring you in the face. Try and take it. 'Cause you'll be dead before you can lay a finger on it. Don't you just love it? Don't you want to savor it? The sweet taste of a life cut short.
You mother!
Wait! Lance! Uni!
You killed her! Mimi!
Sparks!
Well, what did I expect?
I mean, you gotta give it to Vandam. Dude's just built different.
Well, crud. Hell of a throwing arm. But you know, I ain't taking that lying down.
Is the stream? Something wrong with the stream? What's going on?
Leave him alone.
Let him go!
Oh, apparently there's some buffering happening. I'm sorry, I don't know why that's happening.
Don't get on your high horse. You're nothing more than a grunt.
Noah!
I'm not sure what's going on.
Wish. Maybe I'll take care of you first.
It says I'm dropping frames. Give me half a second here. I'm gonna try and restart the stream. I don't know if I do that. How about this? I'll just end the stream after the D fight. So sorry you guys are getting dropped frames for a bit. Sorry. But I was planning on stopping the stream after the D fight anyway, so.
You're a lifesaver. Come on, now. I'll show you. Give it up.
Hopefully it doesn't look too terrible. Sure how to fix that frames. I will look into how to fix dropped frames and what I should do for that after the stream. That way if this happens again in the future it won't be an issue. I just don't know what to do at the moment. but since I was planning on ending the stream anyway in just a minute, there wouldn't be a whole lot of point in restarting it, only to do one boss fight and then end it again. But I also don't want to just, like, leave the game open until we can fight D is the first thing we do tomorrow. So I'm sorry, just stick with me. If the quality of the stream that gets uploaded to YouTube is terrible, I am also doing a local recording of this, and I will just replace the stream version with the recorded version, and everything should be fine.
For that.
It just might take a little bit longer to
If you're done
upload.
thanking me, maybe you can get up. We have to beat him together or we're dead in the mud.
Get out the way! You're just slowing me down!
The nerve on this guy!
Start working. Work! If you don't start up soon, those kids and the world. That's what I'm talking about. Looks like it wasn't all for nothing.
Also, this story has something to do with this TV.
One down. Good start. Two for one.
It's not over yet!
An off-seer? Really? Miyabi? This is all such a waste. Mio, is that why you're here? For recognition? Mio, I was just looking for a training partner. You've nothing to apologize. Mio, Sana, take this. I'm giving you my whole self. So please, live life in my state.
Again, if the stream is unwatchable, I apologize. I am probably just going to replace the stream version with the local version. I guess if you guys want to keep chat and be able to see that, I might unlist the stream version and just like put a link to it in the uploaded version or something.
What did I just do? What? This hand? Is it mine? Huh? How are you inside me?
Put your hand on the chest.
Hold on. Are we?
Well, you sure catch on quick. So, you've got yourselves an interlink going, huh? Guess I've got to give the old fool crew its due.
Interlink?
Well, whatever. That form you just merged into, it's called Ouroboros. See that into your skulls.
Ouroboros.
Oh, me, I'm Mobius. We look a bit alike, don't we? When Kellis and Agnes come together in unity, you're practically one step away from being on the same level as us.
So we're one being.
To put it bluntly, you're failures. Fact is, the two of us are mortal enemies.
Enemies?
You got the picture? No further questions? Then let's get back on the dance floor.
I love the Mobius boss theme.
Come on now!
Nothing going.
I think everybody likes the Mobius boss theme. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of anyone not liking it. There's a version of it I'm not a fan of, but I'm pretty sure most people at least accept that the base version is a fucking banger. So this is the Mobius form, or not Mobius form, the Ouroboros form. It is the gimmick of Xenoblade 3. I don't hate it. It's sort of like Skell combat, where it's basically just the same combat, but a little bit slower. You can't do the quick move around, but you also don't have HP, and your arts aren't on cooldown. You can use each art as long as you don't use the same art twice in a row as many times as you want. But the downside is that the art animation times are long as hell. And there's a fair amount of wind-up after. Or not wind-up, recovery after. You do eventually get ways to speed it up, which are good. But it can be a little rough.
Pretty good. Well, what a tough one. Enough. We'll say I lost this one, yeah? Who is he talking to? No idea. But... got a parting gift for you. Don't worry, there's plenty to go round.
Bat signals the Mobius eye into the fucking sky.
And now the whole world will be your enemy. I wonder how your lives will turn out. I'll enjoy watching you.
Who even was that?
Noah?
Was that you guys just now?
Mio, what's happening here? What's going on?
I don't...
Hold it right there. You guys, put away your weapons. You're not enemies now.
We're not?
Then...
Thanks.
Ew, you're so wrinkly.
His skin's all wrinkled.
Yeah.
It's called getting old, this.
Old?
Well, must be your first time, huh? Seeing a human like me, I mean. Well then, looks like my plan was a success.
What plan?
You six, you're now Ouroboros. Check the flame clocks in your irises. Do they look different to you?
Now you mention it.
Our flame clocks have changed shape.
You see it? That's the Ouroboros ring. Guess I did good. Entrusting this power to you. That mark there. Late 10th term, eh? 3 months left. Till your homecoming, that about right? As for the rest of you, you're probably about 2 years off, right? Me. I've been alive 60 years. Or should I say 60 terms, by your counting. Yeah, I've been alive 6 times longer than you lot. This is how people are really meant to be. Listen, folks. That's not all. There's still something else that needs to be done. You guys want to survive? Live on? Hold the torch? You kids don't need to be fighting each other. Not anymore. But that doesn't mean you get to relax. From this moment on, those Mobius bastards are never gonna leave you alone. Because now, kids, you share a common destiny. They'll hunt you constantly, relentlessly, without rest. Even so, there's one place that might give you a chance. Sword March. The land pierced by a great sword. You gotta find our hope. Our city. It's the only way you're gonna defeat the real enemy. And reclaim what was lost. The way the world and life should be. And listen. Don't give up. 10 years? You kids deserve better. The only thing that can change all this is the will of Ouroboros. You kids, and you alone.
Hey, is she?
Yeah, an Agnian Offseer. Wamba.
So close to making it. Thank you for doing this with me.
Well, this is what we're meant to do. To send on the voices of the departed is an Offseer's purpose.
To send on the voices of the departed is an Offseer's purpose.
Right.
We're leaving. Noah, Uni.
What's up?
The mission's over. We've got an obligation. Need to report the sitch.
As do we. Time to withdraw. Mio, Senna.
Huh? But
what?
come on, Tyon. Don't be rude.
It's hardly the time for pleasantries. We lost a great many of our comrades. We have to inform those still in the colony.
And we're any different. If you snuffheads hadn't come charging in.
Indeed. Well, why don't we settle this here, right now?
Yeah? Bring it. I reckon I could go for some payback.
Lance,
Yeah?
that's enough.
What do you mean?
There's no point.
Seriously?
No, it is
Before,
not blind. I've beaten
when
this
she and I
game many
transformed,
times. I've beaten it like 5
I
times.
felt her thoughts. Or maybe
Sorry,
her
I'm not
memories.
talking a whole lot just
There
because
were
that's a
so
pretty
many.
somber scene.
And then they were a part of me. There were so many different fragments. Hard to tell them apart. But even then, I understood. She's lost a lot fighting us. Kevez took away so much.
Also, yes, Shuckle is cool.
She's
He's
experienced
cool.
a lot of grief.
I like Shuckle.
Transformed? You mean the big un?
Yeah.
I felt it as well. Your grief. It was like mine.